بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على خاتم الأنبياء سيدنا محمد عليه أفضل الصلوات والتسليم. أولا وقبل كل شيء نتقدم بخالص الشكر إلى كل من سهر على إنجاح هذه الفعالية التي من خلالها سنعود بالذاكرة إلى الوراء لتخليد ذكرى أحد أيقونات الأدب الجزائري، ألا وهو مولود معمري، والذي ارتبط اسمه في الأدب بمواضيع التحرر والحفاظ على الشخصية الوطنية. What it seems a good point to start with is to provide a brief account about Algerian literature. It is agreed that Algerian literature has an indelible position in world literary conventions in general, and Arabic literature in particular, since it was known as the literature of combat, whether it is written in Arabic or in French expression. Among the novelists who took the limelight in defending the Algerians' right for freedom, we've got Mouloud, who raised his tone in blaming the colonizer for being the first reason for the people's misery. In this study, our research paper aims at giving an overview about the position of Mouloud Mammeri's novels in Algerian literature. It also examines the major themes that Mammeri addresses throughout three main novels, mainly La Colline Oubliée, Le Sommeil du Juste, and L'Opium et le Bâton. Lastly, the present research work will offer a close reading on the central reasons that push Mammeri to write such type of novels through French expressions. As a result, the following research questions spring from the previous research objectives. Firstly, what is the position of Mammeri in the Algerian literature? Secondly, what does Mammeri address in his three novels? And lastly, what are the reasons that drive Mammeri to study these themes or topics? In this regard, the following research hypotheses are raised as follows. As many great writers of his time, Mammeri has gained a special position not only in Algerian literature but also in Maghrebian Francophone literature, which defends the rights of all Maghrebian people for freedom. So Mammeri concentrates in L'Opium et le Bâton and Le Sommeil du Juste on three paramount themes in his literary mission. First, he introduces literature of combat through tackling the subject of colonialism, the quest for freedom, and their rights to improve their social status. So in this research paper, we relied on literary criticism and discourse analysis to analyze data in relation to the character's sociocultural background. So data are collected from three novels mentioned before, depending on the characters, their sociocultural background, and the themes being explored. And these three literary masterpieces provide a lengthy and detailed account about using all methods to put an end for the French domination. As far as the findings are concerned, so the interpretation of the results taken from the three novels revealed that Mouloud Mammeri, as many other writers like Pharaon and Mohammed Dib, played the role of witnesses who reflected the situation of their people, their problems, their anxieties, and revealed the reality for their people through painting an authentic representation and showing others that they are human beings with feeling and desires and deserving a decent life. Hence, Mammeri concentrates on three main themes in his novels. So as far as Le Sommeil du Juste and La Colline Oubliée are concerned, these two novels bring the rays of Algerian consciousness for independence. Hence, Le Sommeil du Juste et La Colline Oubliée are tales of combat, since they discuss political issues that revolve around the destiny of the whole nation. That is to say, it discusses issues of alienation and revolution and presents an age of realism. Coming to L'Opium et le Bâton, which was published after the independence, this novel tackles the issue of language, identity, and culture, which presents an eminent part, or which present an indelible part in the building of the nation. Therefore, L'Opium et le Bâton concentrates on the issue of language and identity. That is to say, it can be considered as part of social realism. So, to wrap it up, one can state that the Mammeri devotes his entire life for the national issue and other writers of his time. He doesn't point the finger at the colonists, but prefers to be objective and let the reader to judge the situation himself through providing a detailed description of Algeria, her wealth, varied cultures, and unique identity. And language revival and protecting the culture of the ancestors have become the center of Mammeri's concern, since the strength of the given nation lies in its unified identity. In the end, it may be helpful to state that it is essential through exploring the work of Mammeri, one can leave the events that take place during the colonial period through the eyes of its writers, mainly Mouloud Mammeri. Although literature represents half of the reality, but in case of Mammeri's novels, it represents the whole reality. So these are some views concerning Algerian literature through the work of Mouloud Mammeri. And in the end, thank you very much for your attention.